Okay, now we're live. We have the Project League action here. I think it's Season 5. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's, Division 1 here between NX Yeagerists and Barbie Dream Girls. I don't know much about the attacking team, or pardon me, the defending team of Barbie. As I will now refer to them. I know Arikuna, but I don't know anyone else on their roster, pretty much. I'm just gonna assume that it's sort of a ranked style team, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know anybody on their roster. And then on the other side, you have Yeagerists, rather aggressive ranked style team. From my understanding, their best player is not playing tonight. That would usually be Jedi Joey, but he seems to be MIA at the moment, so that's probably not going to do them any favors, but still a very good team. Sort of original do-rag, to give you a sort of a profile on them. So again, some of the best players in comp, a real, very strong team, but according to their rep, they've been just in a bit of a slump recently, giving up rounds to teams that they see as worse than them, specifically rounds they really shouldn't be giving up. I'm curious to see if that's what happens here in this matchup between these two powerhouses. I don't know much about any of either of these, or particularly the other team. So, sorry. One sec.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah, so this is this is week 2. There we go. Or no, sorry. This is week 1. All right. My apologies. There we go. We have it correct now. Yeah. Again, can't give much else of a profile. We're at the very start of this league, or this season of the Project League. So really just going to be interesting to see how these two teams do here as they duke it out for the first couple of points in their
5 seconds left.
in their division.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
Let's look at the bans quickly as we see a CO and the exec hold actually from Ari and the rest of Barbie. The Mira ban, not too surprising, as well as the Jackal ban. Jackal, the most banned attacker in Siege right now, last I checked. Certainly the most banned operator. Just has an overall great kit, great gun, great utility. Probably the best drone clearer in the game at the moment with that Inox tracker, so very understandable to see him banned. The Mira, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I understand it. Mira can be very strong on this map, particularly on basement, as Temp loses almost all of his health there off of an impact straight to the face by Irresponsible just to clear that Talon 8 shield on the window. Probably wise for him to get it off, but wow, Temp is, the strongest to win could take out this host here of Temp. Ari falls in the hands of Korix. Gets a quick double kill, take down Irresponsible. I think out of off a jump out. It might have just tried to challenge him, ended up having to pay for it with his life. Canada gets his head taken off there by Clumsy. Over at top spiral, might rotate back towards that reception side. As I think Matthew, which is apparently Gennaro on a Smurf, he was just unable to join the lobby with his main account for some reason. Looking to pressure him, unable to. A double kill from Clumsy. Triple kill now, actually, as Chief gets a kill of his own. Temp, the last one left here, very low health. Corks with a 3k this round, not sure what exactly that was. Clumsy takes down Temp, though. I don't know why he EMP'd there. That made no sense. But Clumsy held the angle, got a 4k in a single round for his team, really brought that home, holding down top spiral and just that main hall over by elevators, able to effectively play that wall And those few angles that he had there, to the fullest, just get a lot of easy 1v1s there. As it Yeagerists was sort of throwing bodies at the issue, not really droning, playing a bit sloppy, and just not, at least not. Admittedly, we're only one round in here, so it's difficult to say for sure, but just not up to form. You know, I'm used to seeing them very dominantly winning their 1v1s, and you know, admittedly, it was solely Corix there getting that 3K. The only reason that they didn't get flawless was him. But yeah, just key plays there from Clumsy as he just really held, you know, top spiral into front desk to the fullest.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
So, as I was saying about those bans before Temp ate a Pokeball to the face, Mirror Ban I'm not a huge fan of, but I can understand why. She is very strong on this map, particularly on this basement site. I just am not a big fan of banning her because I think that she is relatively easy to counter on this map, and in general pretty easy to counter. So I think at that point it's kind of a waste of a ban. Use it on either a target ban or somebody that's going to be a bit more troublesome for you. Canada going to take a bit of damage, but he will take down Orbit there. Other two bans, the Fenrir ban, I'll start with that one, and then go to the Hibana ban. Not one that I'm a huge fan of either. I understand why, though. You know, he can be very dangerous, very annoying, certainly with those F-Not mines, but it really just depends on how he's played. I think that's what really determines how effective he is. Arcuna takes down one. Clumsy with another kill here. Picks off Corix. That top frag out of the round. Headshot, actually, from the UMP of Clumsy. Ari on the roam, gonna try and continue to waste some time here. Maybe look for a second frag. Backed into a corner, and Admin now trying to fight his way out as he'll drop back to site. Didn't realize it, but they actually opened up this hatch here from Admin into CC, I think allowing Ari with that, rather to have that escape route there. Very valuable since if he was trying to play for time, which I assume he was, so just really gonna help provide some good cover for him. I think both of the hatches opened up at this point, either by their choice or by Yeagerists' actions. Matthew takes down Ari, gonna trade him out. Brings it back to even here with less than half the round remaining. A minute 15 seconds to try and get this push complete, to try and maybe take this CC side. Already eyeing it. They do have some hard reach in Temp with those brimstone charges. They're gonna get that server hatch open. Not exactly sure why they'd be doing that at this point, because that kind of exposes them to a flank potentially later in the round should Irresponsible and the rest of Barbie get that aggressive and opt for that. Irresponsible Nitro rip. Temp looking to just sneak right into that corner and get it down. Does not have any smokes, however, so that's going to make it a bit more difficult here. Chief throws a Nitro out. Misses, unfortunately. Irresponsible will toss his. Misses his, too. 30 seconds left in a 3v3 situation. Temp looking for the plant again. Chief will take down Matthew. Looking for a second kill as he's going to try and deny this plant. Irresponsible going to roll forward. Takes a lot of health off of Zarnok, but Temp's able to stick the plant there. Backing off here, maybe looking for a frag. Gonna try and possibly rotate around. Zarnok holding down the server side. He does have that breach there. Gonna take down Irresponsible, looking for a double kill this round. Pulls out the frag. Clumsy, I think, trying to push forward here. Chief holding his angle at this point. Needs to maybe think about moving towards that defuse side. Temp gonna roll down server stairs. Look for him. He'll take the head clean off of Chief up to just Clumsy in a 1v2 situation now. Gonna try and go for the flank, but very late here. This point, probably not gonna have enough time to get that defuse down, and unfortunately, yeah, I just went for this flank here. Too late. At best, gonna just look for KD, and Temp picks him up. Gets that easy frag. I'm gonna assume off of some drones or communications. Got the easy pick, and Yeagerists just seemed in complete control once they got the plant down. Did take them a bit, frankly. but still. So, having to deal with those two nitros, the mute there playing rather aggressively on the
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
on the red side of things certainly did not help them, but ultimately they were able to get control of CC, get that CC wall opened up into server, and just plant right on the edge. I mean, that's sort of the default plant, really. Not too surprised to see it. And ultimately, they were just unable to deny it, and then unable to really play the post plant. Just not sure what exactly went wrong for Ari and the rest of Barbie, but once they lost the plant, they just seemed lost. They knew that Zarnak was holding down the server side, and that temp was somewhere, but none of them looked for a flank. There wasn't really an effort to try and push out Zarnak in that even number situation. So last ban is a very interesting ban. It's the Hibana ban from Ari and the rest of Barbie. Obviously helps them a lot on defense, particularly on this site, because it makes getting these hatches here, and there's, mind you, a lot of hatches that lead down to basement. There's, I think, 6 in total. 5, pardon me. Zarnak takes down Clumsy. Gets an early pick here for this attacking team, for Yeagerists. But as I was saying, 5 hatches, that's a lot of potential avenues for Yeagerists to take. A lot of hatches that they could open up. And without the Hibana, it becomes a lot more costly in terms of utility, as well as in terms of time to get it open. Obviously, Hibana is probably the fastest option to get those hatches open, unless they take maybe a Thatcher match who takes down Arikuna there. Not going to look for some cams, but the obvious exception is the Thermite with the Brimstone charges. Still, I mean, I don't know if they really want to be spending half of Thermite's primary utility on a singular hatch. What I've seen is, and what we're seeing here from this attacking team from Yeagerists, is that instead they look to bring, usually it's a Buck or somebody with the, with the secondary Harborage charge, those can openers, and get those hatches open instead of bringing that Hibana. Still, just not as effective, I would say, as those X-Kairos pellets. Zarnak pushing forward now, maybe looking for another kill here. He'll take some health off of Irresponsible, but Irresponsible takes the head off of Zarnak with the TCSG, pardon me. Canna takes down Orbit there. Chief is down and out, courtesy of Korix, as all of a sudden Yeagerist is just storming the CC side. No resistance, as Canada will roll right through Irresponsible on the objective. Picks up another round here for Yeagerists.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Reloading.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Test deployed!
Alright. So, Yeagerists seem to be back in the New York groove, to make a music reference very quickly here. Getting back that pardon me, not yet have a man advantage, but to have a round advantage here. We'll have to see if they can continue that, as they are now going back to this opening site that they struggled mightily on, I would say. CO and exec, I mean, pretty much got flawless on the site. 4K from, didn't get flawless. Thanks to a 3K from Corix, it was close, but ultimately just unable to really get any other production or impact from the rest of the team. Ari takes down Canada, gets a quick double kill on a temp there. Removes 2 key supports, that hard reach out of the round, or at least the primary hard reach. Still have Zarnak with those can openers. And then Canada, with that 0, going to also provide some valuable intel with that Argus camera, but he's, alas, lost those. I think he only got maybe 2 of those in. Orbit takes a headshot on the Corix. Zarnak, the last one left here. Spots 1 playing top square. Irresponsible. Holds the angle with the P90, gets a quick headshot, and again, it just seems to be the CO and exec is the site for this defending team, for Ari and the rest of Barbie.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have located a bomb.
We are now protected.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Alright. So,
5 seconds remaining.
clearly there is a site issue right now for Barbie.
Objective is to defuse a
As
bomb.
we finish watching them set up the site here, they seem to, admittedly we're only 5 rounds in, 2 defenses in, per se. They seem to own that top floor there against Yeagerists, based on those past 2 defenses where they've just been very, very effective. Basement is a whole different story. They cannot defend basement, particularly the CC side of basement, for the life of them, without that Mira. If they had Mira, I would say it would be a very different story. It would likely be a lot easier for them to effectively play that CC side, to defend that CC side, but they just can't. Don't know if it's, they need to make a change in lineup. I could probably see maybe them bringing in a smoke would be helpful. Maybe they need to change how they're roaming. They obviously need to be doing a bit better in terms of fragging on that side. Need to be winning those 1v1s that they clearly were not in those 2 previous rounds. But it's just that it's clear that that's an issue for them. The last site that we'll see them on, potentially, I mean, we could obviously see them switch to tellers and archives, but I really doubt that we will, is open and staff. So at this point, just looking now to try and hold down the site. They've done this sort of soft extension into archives, into tellers, but they've locked up this entire vertical side. They don't even have any roam there. I think that's ultimately going to come back to bite them, considering this very vertical heavy lineup that we see from Yeagerists. I mean, you have a Ram, you have a Buck, you have Zarnak with this IQ here. They very clearly are focused on getting vertical control and holding on to it, and then using it to effectively dismantle IKEA eyes, destroy whatever verbiage this objective here. That is clearly the end game as they make their way towards the objective. About a minute left. Matthew trying to get this castle open now. Going to try and push his way into this archive side. Finds one. Clumsy and Chief now both dead here as the castle picked off. The top frag killed here. 40 seconds left for Canada and the rest of the Yeagerists to make a move. Ari falls. Orbit takes down Licorix. And at this point, not much left for Irresponsible and Orbit. Not much that they seem to be able to do here. Not much that they can do, really. Orbit, the last one left. Irresponsible picked off by Canada with a headshot. Temp looking for the plan now. 15 seconds left. Orbit going to try and clutch this up in a 1v3 situation. Tanks down Canada. Still has a full head of health and 3 stims in his pockets, but unable to use any of them. Zarnok hunts him down. Trades his teammate out. Gets a 3rd round here for Yeagerists.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So, final round of the first half here. I mean, if you're on Barbie, you have to kind of be dreading the thought of overtime, first of all, because they clearly are struggling here on defense. Second of all, you have to be really stumped, I would argue. You know, they have yet to win a round on this site, and after that last round, it's pretty clear that they can't really effectively defend the, you know, the first floor either. So I wonder if the next move is to maybe go to the other side, try that, you know, Tellers and Archives hold that they were thinking about, or if it's just to go back to, and this is clearly what they decided on, go back to what they're comfortable with, what they know here on Basement. It's really just going to come down to how effectively can they hold this objective. I think one of the key things is that they have just not been roaming, or at least not been roaming very effectively. Sure, they have Irresponsible on the roam here. Last round, they had no roamers. That very much did not help them in the slightest. I think in previous rounds, they've had maybe 2 roamers, 1 or 2 roamers on this objective, and their roam has been sort of ineffectual, I would say, because even though they got frags, it didn't get them a man advantage, didn't waste a significant amount of time. Ultimately, it was sort of just a meaningless kill for them. And know that it's a bit early. I'll look a bit more in-depth at statistics later on. Corix falls in the hands of Irresponsible. You're getting another opening frag for Barbie. But even after that kill, I mean, the majority of this defending team is negative at this point. They need to be getting these frags won here because you can't be the... Some team has to be the aggressor, I think is what I'm trying to get at here. And clearly, right now, it's not Barbie. It is very clearly Yeagerists. They are the ones going in, getting those key frags, really making a difference in this round. Ratero charge goes in there from Matthew. He's just trying to, I think, get this cleared out. Orbit, actually over on stairs into square, takes down Temp, takes down that primary hard breach. Canada already has used both of his cannon openers, so whatever they have in terms of hard breach is what they're going to be using this round. Zarnok takes down Irresponsible, traded up by Clumsy. Orbit with a headshot on a Matthew, up to just Canada now to try and clutch this round up. 45 seconds left, does not have any secondary utility left. Still has plenty of shots with that skeleton key though. Does have 2 drones that he could throw out and use. I think 1 drone left by his teammate. does not have the diffuser, however, so needs to be smart with this. Needs to just do what he can, because if 1v4 situation, regardless of where he's at with the rest of his utility, with map control, with walls and hatches and such being open, it's just not going to be easy for him. Takes some damage and already able to pick him off there. I think just able to capitalize on the fact that Canada just couldn't see him. Simply put, ended up getting just a quick kill through chipping away at his health. Sort of death by 1,000 paper cuts in a way. So at half, 3-3 split. These two teams basically back to square one. Took the scoreboard 5-5-2-3-4, 7-4-5, 3-2. One of the key things to note here, I would say, is that both of these teams actually seem to be kind of struggling with frags. I mean, both teams have one player who is sort of leading. In this case, it's Clumsy or Zarnok. That's one of the few players who is positive. In case of Barbie, they have actually two players that are positive, and then the rest are either even in the case of one player, Canada and Ari, or negative for the rest of the roster. So just clearly not, although this has been a frag fest, like I said, it's really just been these two teams trying to frag each other out. Even on those 2 rounds where we saw plants from Canada, from Yeagerists, it wasn't really won by waiting it out, it was won by getting those frags. Obviously, the semi-exception is that second round on basement, where really it just came down to the fact that Clumsy as the castle was running around doing absolutely nothing. But I would sort of discount that by mentioning the fact that, you know, at that point, it's not like they're really trying to waste his time. It's that he's over there doing cross-country while they're holding down the diffuser.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Still maybe not as action-packed as might have initially expected. And clearly not really a standout player for either of these teams here. It's really just been up to whichever team can see more consistent production, as there's clearly some struggles. Korik's gonna continue to actually leave Ari struggling there. Gets a quick headshot at spawn peak with the Warden. Picks an opening kill for his team out of that engagement. And very early man advantage like this is going to be a great asset here for this defending team for Yeagerists. I mean, admittedly, an extra gun for Yeagerists, an extra bit of utility. No longer have to deal with that Gemini hologram, providing essentially unlimited utility, admittedly on a cooldown throughout the round. That's another decent gun out of the round, like I said, and then 2 frags that they no longer have to worry about. They don't have any they actually do. I was about to say they don't have any throw denial. They do have Canada here, but it seems like he's being rather selfish with his utility, so they don't effectively have throwable denial because all of it is currently in Canada's pockets. Irresponsible falls in the hands of Zarnok there. The anchor here, this support for, or I think at this point he's been playing a lot of flex on the attack side, I would argue. Just been a very key asset for them, round in and round out, getting kills, making an impact on the round, making those key plays. Orbit now engaging actually with I think Korik's there. Has those glance glasses on. Chief is going to pick off Canada. Removes those magnets that, as I mentioned, were still in Canada's pockets from the round. So effectively free roam here for Orbit to blind whoever he wants with these Candelas. It's definitely not the way they wanted this to turn out. Clumsy killed there by Zarnok, a headshot with the AUG A3. He's continuing to really just say the buck stops here on the CC side, being the player with enough balls to actually sit in CC and hold it down, unlike on the side of Barbie. There was nobody there, and admittedly they didn't have CC hatch closed for a lot of the time, so it wasn't really safe. Chief will take the head off of Zarnok there, so I suppose I sort of jinxed it, but nobody on the side of Barbie was willing to actually sit in CC see, waste time, get those frags, be that real key anchor. Orbit will take down one. It's a 2v2 situation here. Corix falls, Matthew the last one left here. He'll down Orbit. Nitro goes out here. A little damage, Chief. Chief is going to try and get this frag because they don't have the defuse. They're unable to, however. Unable to chase down that final kill. Ultimately, just smart game sense there from Matthew to just simply back off, waste those last few seconds away, considering it was a 1v1 effectively. And without the diffuser, unable to get the plant down, unable to secure the round, it will go the way of Yeagerists 4-3. I'll be back.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, so because he lagged out, we have to rehost.
Switch teams on. Never mind, yeah, we gotta switch teams, Arnok. Stop switching team. Yeah, we're fine like that, good.
Oh, somebody. Why are they backing out?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is boring.
Bro, they're deadass holding us hostage. Like, let's just get this game done. Just because they don't have shit to do in their lives and they can sit here for hours doesn't mean we can. Like, what? Goddamn. How many times are you allowed to rehost?
1.
Okay, good.
Same thing tomorrow, by the way, in your tournament. It's 1 we host per map.
Oh, I'm not
It's,
playing in
it's
that
gonna...
tournament.
Oh.
Yo, that's Rio's chat.
As soon as we get into the game, let's win 2 rounds and then just do this whole like process again.
But I don't understand the point of Rio's, bro. Like,
Let's just hit him with a rehost.
They didn't rehost. 1 lagged out and he couldn't join back, I guess. I don't know.
So they still have their rehost technically? Or do they lose the rehost
no,
for the
they don't. They
inconvenience?
lose it.
Yeah,
Because they,
I was
they,
about,
they use the Rios for that, so.
I was about to say, thank God.
Oh, no. Imagine we're winning the next round. Yep, let's Rios chat. Yeah, I almost beat Jinxie and Sholok earlier, bro.
How the
He was,
fuck did you go
he
in
was
his
playing with
servers?
he was playing with Slappin, Charlie, and I forgot who was the other one. Non, c'est vrai, Jinxie, tu parles? Il jouait à East.
Oh. Erreur de débutant. C'est pas fait pour des
Gros, en
comptes
plus,
serveurs.
en plus j'étais avec des gros platines. Gros, on a perdu 5-3, gros. I don't wanna be your friend.
They have the same glitch as you, Jaw.
Oh. Ah ben, en vrai, la game elle dure plus longtemps, fait que mon ban est plus rapide. Je suis content.
Tu sais que le gars il est en train de stream puis il nous entend juste parler en français, je pense.
Ben nique ta mère!
Non, 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 abuse pas, abuse pas. Le gars c'est quand même un bon caster.
Ah non, j'allais faire des quoi, mais on va se faire banner ce soir. J'allais mettre un gros truc de TOS, gros. What the fuck, il y a un bus de la STM qui est rentré dans un arbre.
Non.
Edouard, mon petit.
Ah.
Pourquoi faire? C'est pas comme ça. À quoi ça sert? Réponds pas. C'est bon qui va parler. C'est ça, savoir où on va. Demain sera meilleur. Je parle au plus fort.
Bro, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm finna leave, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know, bro.
Isn't there like a time limit
He just
on how
joined
long
on
it can
his
take?
Smurf, bro. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm not trying to DQ them by time because they waited for us quite a long time.
Yeah, bro, but I can't say I'm at account for like forever though, bro.
I know.
I don't know. Like,
I'm on my Smurf. He's on his Smurf. He's joining. Okay, start.
Alright, we good to go?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, one sec.
He said he's in if he's ready.
Okay, we're back. Wow. Okay. Jeez. Alright. Okay. Alright.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Finally back in the game. Back to 4-3. This has been a very a long stream for best of one. I'm sorry, guys. We were supposed to start at 8:30, and then Yeagerists didn't show for a while because they had a ranked game, and we just now had to spend 2 hours rehosting because Ari couldn't rejoin. So now he's back on his Smurf.
10 seconds to go.
But yeah, so we're back at it. Everything else is the same.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Time taking a bit of damage here, trying to play electrical, looking for an early frag, but Chief will actually return the favor for the first kill since the rehost. The opening kill in the round. Corix responding in quick order by taking down Irresponsible. The could be out of the round. Their only real roam clearer now, KIA. Admittedly, don't necessarily need that in order to effectively challenge Yeagerists, but certainly would make it easier for them here. 4 now. Chief takes down Matthew. Brings it back to even here. So now, obviously, Yeagerists looking worse for wear for this point in the round. I mean, half the round is gone. Canada making sure Clumsy is gone. Gets a quick headshot with that MP5K. Lays down some suppressing fire, just trying to play top square stairs at this point. Challenging Chief there outside on that balcony. Takes his head off. Triple kill from Chief. He's just going to continue to roll through this Yeagerists defense here. But again, I mean, Korik's very low. Zarnok finishing off Chief there. Small assist from that Banshee set up by Matthew, but he's also dead here. So it's up to just Orbit. And I'm going to just refer to him as Ari here. Against Korik and Zarnok to try and close this round out at this point. The two players that could run the R4C, one of which isn't. Korik takes down Ari, actually. So it's up to just Orbit here, pardon me. Trying to sneak his way on site, trying to find Zarnok. Wallbang there, it appears, onto Korix. Looking for this final kill, looking for a 4-4 tie at this point. As he'll send out... Okay, that's a bit strange. He's going to send out one of the boogie drones. Doesn't trigger it, and Zarnok going to just get that 1v1 win here. Against Orbit. Holds his angles. Crosshairs set. Headshot, round win for Yeagerists. 5-3 lead. I think this is actually the first time in a while that they've had this big of a lead against the attacking team of Ari and of Barbie.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
Alright, so now sites we have opportunity here for Yeagerists going actually to open to staff a site that was ultimately winless when Barbie attempted it. Admittedly only tried it once. Went terrible though for them. They decided we're not going to try this again. Understandable. I think it's going to come down to, first of all, how the site is set up, and second of all, how effective can
5 seconds to insertion.
Can Korix, can Canada, can Yeagerists be on this road here? They're gonna just reinforce these hatches here, but if they can effectively deny vertical for a significant amount of time and, you know, make an impact that way, Korix takes a lot of damage there, only just lightly chipped. Orbit doesn't even take 10 health off, it takes all the health off of Irresponsible, gets the opening frag onto that Ash there. Headshot from the MPX. Puts a 5v4 situation in the hands of Yeagerists here. Korik's gonna get stimmed and overhealed thanks to that Doc buff, now a lot more viable, especially in comparison with the Thunderbird. Korik's gonna get a bit too confident. Ari punishes him for that. Just went for the swing. Ari was holding the angle. Got that frag there. Responsible. Korik's dead. Now Orbit is gonna get a frag onto Canada, but Ari is DBNO here, and at the moment at least, it seems like nobody's around to actually help him, so effectively a 2v3 situation. Clumsy takes down Matthew. Zarnok and Temp trying to hold down the line here on the objective. Staff. Chief taking down Zarnok, finds him quickly, gets the headshot there. Up to just Temp here to try and close this round out. Pardon me, to try and pick this round up. Flash is going out now. 2 players for Barbie just stacked up on that single doorway, trying to actually pressure them. Gets one, gets a quick 2-piece. Takes down Orbit and Chief. Ari is still down, so it is effectively a 1v1 situation here between Clumsy and Temp. I mean, they just abandoned Ari there. They had the opportunity to go out and res him, but they decided not to. Zarnok gonna get a pick from the grave, as he will just ultimately allow Ari to succumbs to his wounds, bleeds out there. I mean, it was a very early engagement there. Corix got the opening pick, got too confident, swung again, downed and ultimately out from Ari's work, but then Ari got traded out. Or got downed, and nobody on his team came to revive him. I think that was the key difference there. Clumsy's on site now. He's opened up a wall. He's sneaking around the square side into staff, looking for Temp. He's on the objective with this diffuser in his pocket. He does have some drones, so he could very easily get this plant down here. Oh. Oh. Thought he might have been lagging. Thought I might have been lagging. My apologies. Yeah, I think I am lagging here.
15 seconds to go.
Oh. Oh dear. Yeah. That's not good. Clumsy. Oh dear. Okay. Wow. Not great lag-wise. Temp is gonna almost miss him defusing, but takes his head off and gets the round win there for Yeagerists. A site sweep as well, a big morale boost. Just manages to scrape it out, and match point here for this defending team. Back to their primary site, and, you know, right off of the rehost, they seem to have the wind in their sails here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
So, do or die moment here for Ari, for Barbie. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it out. They are winless right now on attack. They need to get a sort of reverse side sweep here on Yeagerists, with very little room for error, mind you, in order to stand a chance. In order to go to overtime. Doesn't even mean that they'll win the game, just means that they go to overtime. Get themselves an extra point here to open up the season. Corix playing very aggressively here on that server side towards Dirt, towards this contingent of players. Pardon me, towards Sewer side. Corix gonna commit homicide though, sorry to make a pun. Does take down Ari. Orbit picked off by Matthew, who will get traded out. They are responsible now. Just trying to make a play on words. That's all. Man advantage now in the hands of Yeagerists. Might be the beginning of the end here, as Irresponsible just gonna quick peek Canada, gets that early frag, traded out now by Temp, and Nitro turns Irresponsible into the newest member of Team Rocket. Chief, Clumsy, Matt now gonna try and clutch this up, playing a 2v3 situation against Temp, Corix, Zarnok. Half the round remains. I think Zarnok might be trying to play some melee hold here, trying to maybe push back Chief, who's just going to sit nice and pretty there over on that server side, dealing with some pot shots from Zarnok through that soft wall there. Not sure exactly why it's been left soft, but I'm not going to question it. Zarnok takes a bit of damage now, getting a bit aggressive here, trying to maybe find and take down Chief. Chief holds the angle, and again, these two just essentially exchanging pot shots at the moment. Zarnok going to heal back up with these Kona stations now, as almost be back to full health here. Clumsy trying to make his way slowly but surely towards the objective. still dealing with some ping issues, it appears, unfortunately for him. Chief pushing forward now. Clumsy takes down Korix here. Puts it back at even. 50 seconds left. Zarnok retaliating. Takes down Chief. 1v2 situation. Down now. It died with Chief in server. So now sort of stuck in the middle of that site. And Zarnok with the death blow. A quick double kill from the Warden. And another round here. Ultimately the final round for Yeagerists. 7-3 victory on Bank against Barbie Treen Girls. 4-3, 5-1, 4-1, 1-3, 1-3, 4-3, 2-3, 1-3, 2-3, 2-3. Obviously not exactly the most accurate stats considering we had to do a rehost, but still. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This has been the Project League. I have been a Scargo player. Have a good evening.